cleansed, the head cleansed, throat and lungs cleansed, the nose, mouth and eyes protected and sealed, the throat chakra protected and sealed. And gold energy to raise the vibration, ruby red to ground you. And just breathe, noticing the shift in your body.
Gonna get started in just a second. I have some things to say. Feel like we should be creating solutions now. I went on LinkedIn last night and I had a discussion with a group of people, and it lasted for a few hours because we had to talk about solutions. I keep hearing problems. I keep hearing death. We're not here for death. We have to talk solutions. So give me a second. I'm sending out some information to some groups that I belong to. I just really think now's our time to talk about solutions. And so gotten in this space now. For anybody out there, you see the name, I'm actually Cairo 4.0. Long story, look me up. Cairo Queen. That's CAIROQWEEN. Just lots going on right now. So I think it's time that we start to talk about some life lessons that we have right now coming from this very situation. I try not to speak the words because I do believe that some of this word is coated with a vibration that is negative, and it's bringing negative energy to us as we consistently focus on it and continue to speak and harp on it. So I definitely want to not give my energy to that situation. However, I do think that it is important that while we're focusing on what's happening and the problems, we get a solution. So I am solution driven. My name is Cairo. For anybody who doesn't know who I am out there, I am a technology, adaptation, and awareness subject matter expert. I had a discussion yesterday with people regarding information about blockchain. And so I said we have situations right now that are happening, and let me just give you some background so you know. I do consulting, business, and IT solutions for various businesses, mostly small businesses. I've had some interaction with, larger businesses, corporations. I speak to CEOs on a regular basis. I do hunting for investors, for recruiting technology devices. I do all sorts of things. I help businesses start up their programs. And right now what I'm looking at is a situation that can be remedied by technology. First question I had for a lot of people was about Bill Gates' involvement. I keep saying, that Bill Gates is working on this, but if you go back a few years and do your research on this, I advise you to do your research on this. As people are praising him, go back and do your research on some of the things that have happened around the globe where he's been sued. That's a problem. So let's go to a solution. I mentioned blockchain. And so for anybody who has not done their research on blockchain for anybody who's out there could have really solved this problem. I had an event back in September. Hey, Joe. Hey, Marv. I had an event. Hey, Cousin Tony. I had an event back in September. It was called Surviving the Blockchain, or Surviving the Recession with the Blockchain. Hey, Linda. That's interesting. Hi, everybody. But surviving the economic recession with the blockchain. And so the use of blockchain could have really remedied some of the things that are happening in our supply chain and with jobs right now. I feel that we could have really put together a space where people started to understand, systems and how our systems work. But because we have no understanding of how our money works, how our government works, how anything works in the world. Hey, Steve Brown, long time. Haven't had those deep conversations about how things are working. We don't know. And I want to stop here and ask you, at any point in your education in America, were you ever given information about how money worked? Pause. I want you to think about that. If you are 35 years or older, let's say 35 years or older, did you ever get an education about how money worked in the United States beyond you spend it and you should save it? Open a checking account. It's good for you, right? Think about that. Unless you went down the road of finance, or maybe you took some extra courses in business in college, did you have that education? Ask yourself why. Why didn't we get indoctrinated with the system money, how money works? I'm going to say to you that it's because they never wanted you to know. See, if you know, then you have power. And I'm all about information activism, because the more information you have, the better you can do for your life, right? Or the more that you're able to assist your family and educate your children and tell other people. But what we have been driven to is entertainment. So they want you to focus on entertainment. I always say that's a sleight of hand trick, pardon my French, but it's never let your left hand know what your right hand's doing, right? It's hypnosis. So a lot of the stuff that we're looking at right now has a lot to do with the hypnosis. You are being shown what the program wants you to be programmed with. That's why you are watching programming. So you are being programmed to watch this while this is happening. So I always tell people, when you see this, look for this, because this is the thing that's happening you're not paying attention to. That's the thing that your eyes should be on. That's the rabbit that's hopping through the forest that you should be bopping on the head. But anyway, when I say this to people, I'm looking, and for years I've been called a Fruit Loop for all the things that I've been talking about. But here we are, and everything that I have spoken about is now manifesting. And so now I need people to understand what's happening. Yes, I'm a nerd. Yes, I'm a geek. Yes, I am like way out there on stuff, but it's because I'm looking forward instead of looking back. And I've been studying a lot of the things that most people aren't paying attention to. And so now I'm looking to you people out there to wake up. Waking up is really important right now. No, I'm not calling you stupid. No, I'm not calling you lazy. No, I'm not calling you slow. I'm not calling you retarded. What I am calling you is a person who just needs to pay attention, because everything is right in front of your face right now. But now is your time to win. While the systems are collapsing, and let me just explain to you, right now, I've been working with people who provide hospital services and people who need hospital services, let's say supplies, right? So in your supply chain, you're having a problem where the vendors who are creating, hey Nathan, thanks for joining. Hey Henry, thanks for joining. But we're in this space where people need goods. I'm Cairo Queen, by the way. You can find me at CAIROQWEEN. Hey Corey, I am never on this platform. Hey Savannah, I'm never on this platform. I'm usually on my Instagram feeds or on LinkedIn, where you can find me under Cairo Queen at LinkedIn at CAIROQWEEN. My business is Queenly Co. But what's happening right now, we're looking and we're seeing this breaking of the economy. And so while it looks like all hell is breaking loose everywhere else, keep your eye on the economy, because you're being shifted to a digital currency right now. And so what's going to happen is that your economy has to stop. And that's the only way you'll ask for a change. And so while you're asking for this change, the change is going to be something that you're not ready for. And so I say to you right now that we could build our own infrastructure by creating online businesses. Now, for anybody who doesn't understand, that you can have a business and operate just to have business credit. So you know we have systems that you can build business credit for about $3,000 a year that will end up getting you $250,000 in business credit per business. Now, you take $3,000, put it in a computer system. Yes, I have the software. You get the software, put the $3,000 on the software for your business. Your business can live on debt. Debt is not a bad thing. Debt is how the world operates in money. Now, remember I told you, we never are explained how money works. And so all you've been ever told is get out of debt. Well, the problem is you got a lot of rich people in the world, and all they have is debt, because rich people hold their money and go borrow other people's money to use it. Didn't know that, did you? So if you're not a person who has been connected to anybody who might be a millionaire, might be a billionaire, you would never have that conversation to say, okay, well, how do you get extra money? Okay, so you're like, okay, well, rich people pay a lot in taxes. No, they don't. Do you know what rich people do with their taxes at the end of the year? They go give their money away, Bill Gates, right? Give their money away and they tax shelter it. Hi, Travis. I need to talk to you. Welcome. But rich people take their money and shelter it. We have been removed from the conversation about how money works. And Travis, who is an economics expert, could probably come in. Actually, Travis, if you like, I would love for you to join this conversation. Welcome, if you like, to talk about how money works in the United States and about what's happening with our economy. Because there are things that our people need to know, and I mean our people, all the people, but specifically people that look like me, need to know what is happening with the economy and the shift that is now taking place. So for you that are not paying attention and you're worried about the coronavirus and it killing you and everything that's going to happen, and you got to go outside and you got to wear a mask, you got to wear gloves, and you got to get sanitizer, oh my God, I need toilet paper, all of that, all of that is not your problem. Right? Yes. If you knew from jump that you should always wash your hands when you go to the bathroom, and when you touch the door and you leave the bathroom, then that germ still travels, touch it with something else. You got shirts and all sorts of stuff you can open doors with. When you go to the gas pump, hey, put the put the thing that's out there is right there next to the gas pump. There is literally some type of paper, some type of towel or something. Use that to pump your gas with. That way you don't transfer those germs, right? So things that I think are not common sense to a lot of people, because you are rushing. You're rushing through life and you're on autopilot and you're not looking at the small things on your way there. So right now, if you pay attention to what's actually happening and your focus comes off of the germ, look at the money. Pay attention to the money, because the money is actually what's being shifted right now. Your currency, your wealth system, your money, your job, and the way you get hired, everything is about to change. It was a change that was planned to come anyway. This was already regulated last year when the Fed told us we would have an economic recession this year. So I started telling people, I said, if you're going to have an economic recession, how do we plan to survive it? We've had an economic recession a couple times in my lifetime that I've seen. And I think when I was in Daytona, I worked at a college and we were furloughed for 2001, right? So when 9/11 hit, we ended up being furloughed at the college campus so that they could have more money. Hey, Rodney, good to see you again. So having more money put towards a war, right? Hey, Robin, smooches. When we're looking and we go, okay, so now we had 2007 that hit, right? And so people lost their jobs because we had a housing crisis that bubbled and burst, right? But we knew that was coming too. That's how I ended up getting a gold company set up, because I kept hearing, okay, so all this is coming. Did I still get impacted by it? I sure did, because even though I had planned for gold, I didn't plan for that particular crash. I knew this was coming. I've been talking about this for a decade now, to talk about the crash that was coming, but I thought it was coming through technology. And anybody who knows me knows that I've been talking about this forever, right? So it didn't come through technology, but it is, because your transition right now is going digital. I'm here to save your life. I'm here to save your company. I'm here to save your business, and I'm here to help your family. If you have a family right now, if you are single right now, the number one thing you need to go do is open a business. Open a business, even if you use it as a tax shelter. You need to go become an entrepreneur right now as your backup system. If you have a job and your job is secure, open a business anyway. Give money away through your business. Use your business as a tax shelter. Hey, cousin Kristen. Smooches. So if you open a business in every single one of your children's names, remember what I started with saying, that you can use business credit and open a business with your business credit. For every single business you open, apply $3,000 to each business. Let's say you open one or two businesses and you do that. So that's $6,000 you drop, and you grow your business to make $250,000 for the year. Couldn't you fund the rest of the businesses? Okay, so if the system's gonna break, why don't you stay on top of it, right? Why don't we stay on top of it? If you need my help to do this, I have not only the software to do it, but I also have resources. I have people who do funding. I have all this stuff. And like I said, if you work at a hospital, we have N95s, we have isolation gowns, we have everything for the supplies. Now they're out there telling people we don't have this stuff. Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, we do. Not only do we have it, I have a warehouse that's sitting right now in California that has 40 million N95 certified, NOSH certified for the government, FDA and CE approved N95 mask. We have masks that are in California, New York, Chicago, and Texas. So we do have masks and we do have information, but they're bought in bulk. So you have to be someone who's either a multimillionaire or somebody who can purchase 1 million of these to put them somewhere like a hospital or in retail. Yeah, you could take and go sell it on Amazon. You can go make a come up, because right now we have them for under $4. So right now, if I make that sale, so you understand, $4 for each one at $1 million. I'm not the only person who has this, of course. We have systems all around the globe who are trying to find these masks. They're trying to find gowns. They need thermostats. They need everything. So right now, we are in a space where people are in scarcity. The market is in scarcity. So the prices are going up. Not only are the prices of the product going up, the price of shipping is going up. You're looking at DHL, which is the place that does delivery. They literally just increased their price 50%. Talked to a manufacturer down in Texas, and they told me, they said it's 50% increase on shipping. You know what kind of money that is right now? But it's because the system is overwhelmed. So how we have used blockchain for this, and I advise you, Google blockchain archive.org. Understand that this is something that you need to learn now before the system comes and runs you over. So blockchain is highly important for you right now, because if, let's say, for example, your money that the government is promising you starts to come to you in the form of crypto, you need to learn how to use that. You want to learn how to use it, a cryptocurrency. You also may want to learn how to shelter your money somewhere else, if in case cash no longer is king. And if in case you don't have great credit and you need a backup plan, you can contact me online. I'm at qweeniebot, that's QWEENLYCO, that's QWEENLYCO.com. So you can also find me at Innovate, that's INNOV, the number 8 at qweeniebot.com. So I'm Cairo, for those of you just joining, Cairo Queen, Cairo 4.0. I talk about technology adaptation, and awareness as a subject matter expert. In this space, I'm talking about how technology can be applied to your business. If you specifically need help taking your business, even if you haven't started it yet, and creating it in a digital world, I'm your girl. We have a team full of people who can help you acclimate your company, acclimate your services, acclimate what you do. Unless you're in manufacturing, we can put a store online for you in e-commerce. So I want you to understand where we are right now. Welcome to the digital transition. This is your space in the future, and now it is happening. So be ready. I'm going to be online a lot because I decided, since everybody's at home, I'm going to just start talking to you again. I gave up on you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Gave up on you. I gave up on you. So for 10 years of me talking about the same thing, and I'm not getting a big response, but you understand now why we needed to be digital. At least have a digital backup. At least have digital training for the people who were at work. At least have the opportunity for more people to work digitally. So there are people at 6 million people nationwide who have lost their jobs. And right now, we needed to be, hey, Roger Gilbert, and everybody else, Kristen and Roger. hey. So good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. But we're at this didactic shift in all of the galactic universe, a didactic shift in the economy, a didactic shift in your knowledge base and your space of awareness. You have to wake up. now. If anybody wants to join me, jump on. If you have questions, you want to talk about anything, I think right now we've got to start talking about solutions. I'm ready to create a digital commerce space with all of you where we can make money in our own infrastructure and come back and forth and exchange within our own networks. So building solutions, talking solutions, making solutions happen, doing things for everyday people. The government ain't thinking about y'all. I need you to understand. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. They are not thinking about you. Okay? I keep saying that to people. These people are not on your side. And I need you to know that. Stop fighting against who Trump is. Stop fighting against who's running against Trump, because neither side cares about you. And when you realize how much they care, come ask me. Go look how much they come to help you. Period. So, I mean, you specifically. Has your income increased? Hey, uncle, has your income increased? Have you seen wealth grow in your family? I mean, I personally did. I did see a growth. But are you now being impacted with no direction? Do you think that this just came out the clear blue sky? I'll have you go look up Event 201 on YouTube. Go Google Bill Gates and look at how he's been working on coronavirus since 2014, and how he was sued by India in 2013, and how he's been in fights with world governments. Yes, these people it's not even just the politicians. There is a force that is literally sitting out there who has power over our heads right now, and you don't have to believe it, but it's there. But there's a lot of things you can't see in your atmosphere, like atoms, and they're still there. So you have to understand, now is the time for you to wake up. And it's urgent. It's more urgent now that you wake up and you pay attention than ever in your life. I tried to talk about technology to people, and I said, this technology is technology. And I was writing a book called Humanity versus Untamed Technologies. Well, now you have Bill Gates talking about he wants to get everybody fingerprinted and chipped on your fingerprint in order to give you a vaccination. He asked the government to literally make sure that all the people who showed up with coronavirus were chipped. Okay, do you forget invasion of privacy? Are you ready to give over your privacy for them to have control over your health? You got to make decisions now. When you're voting for people, when you're giving your energy to people, when you're celebrating what these people do, you have to be conscious of what they are actually doing. Not just paying attention because you want to have a beer with them, or because they're cool, or you like something that they did. You need to know everything that they do, because at the end of the day, they have these bills that are this thick, and they go and they read them and they'll say, oh, I like that one thing in it. But there's 100 other things there, and they'll sign off on it. And they may not read it. They're human too. So they're not like superhuman. They're human too. Hey, Wanda. So when you look at this stuff, you got to pay attention, and you got to be conscious, and you have to be proactive. Please stop being reactive. Please stop being in this space where you are not conscious about what's happening, and don't keep blowing stuff off and going, okay, so that's a conspiracy. Because hell yeah, it's a conspiracy, but guess what? It's real. And if you don't see that it's real right now, I invite you to go do investigative work and look at what the news around the rest of the world is talking about. Not just what you see on TV. Turn the damn TV off and stop watching the news in the United States of America. They are lying to you, but they're also programming you. Don't you see? Hey, Ruth, don't you see how you feel every time you hear the word of the virus? I need y'all to understand there's a thing called neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, that is at work. They're probably going to shut my account off because I literally, this is why they won't let me change my name to what I actually use, but I literally went on Instagram and did a recording last night, and they muted the whole other half of it. It worked last night. It doesn't work today. So when I explain to you, like, this stuff is real. This is not fun. Kiba, get on with me, because Kiba needs to talk to you about the emotional strain of what's happening to you psychologically. She's a psychotherapist. She has a company called Better. We were literally working to help her grow better. She literally just got off a visit where she's helping high-profile clients to be able to get better, mentally well and stable, and then this thing happens. So right now you're looking at a whole world flipping upside down, and you have to take charge right now. You have to be aware, but you also have to be at peace. All of this negative energy, all of this death, do you know that you're hearing death tolls every day from around the world? You never heard that before, right? I need you to understand, people die, and I'm not saying this to belittle the deaths, but people die every second of the day, just like there's a birth every second of the day. But you never heard the reports every single day of the death tolls that happen around the globe, or you wouldn't be sensitive to it. You would not have sensitivity to death tolls if you heard them every day of your life prior to the last few months. Wanda said, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Wanda said, absolutely. I was just talking about this a moment ago. Yeah, and it's real. Kiba said, I'm not as glamorous as you are right now. Okay, well, black your screen out and get on and talk, because people need to hear, Kiba, the destructive patterns of programming that is happening to them, and then how we can actually counter it. And for anybody who's out there, you can go on YouTube, and there are meditations for positive energy at different vibrations and hertz. So the hertz are sounds in a vibratory pattern that come to your brain. And so if you're worried about 5G and correcting your energy right now, turn the sounds on that are positive and uplifting to your whole entire spirit. Listen to that to counter any negative energy that's coming in. Turn the news off. If you keep giving your energy, see, energy pays attention to what pays attention to it. So whatever information that you're paying attention to, that's what's coming to you. So if you have, I don't care if you, whatever religion you are, go to that, listen to it. If you're not a religion, I invite you to go and listen to vibratory patterns that are positive, uplifting, motivating. You can listen to meditations, you can listen to prayers, you can do anything. So we're talking about solutions for the times such as these that people have called perilous, and I'm here to tell you, now's your time to win. If you stay focused, if you stay on course, if you literally are creating patterns of positive energy and positive vibration and good words, and keep telling yourself, I shall live and not die. I am above and not beneath. I am a winner. I am a champion. I am healthy. What you am is what your mind perceives that you are. So in as much as I am happy, much as I am healthy, and as much as I am informed. Remember that. I stay informed, but I'm also positive. I say positive, and when I'm down, I recondition my behavior. I can get negative. Hey, Janet, miss you. Okay, so I can get in a negative pattern sometimes, and when I catch it, it's when I start to feel a certain way, and I'm doing all of this, and that sighing that comes out, or you just need to go lay down. When you start seeing that, tell yourself, I feel good. I feel great. Jump up and down. Do something that literally recharges your ability. I can show you something that they say is a great way to charge your mind. You see this? I'm locking my hands. This is literally an action that can awaken your mind. You can do this with your hands and your feet at the same time, and it'll charge your brain. If you are in a funk, literally recharge your brain and get yourself back on course. Get into a space, there's focus vibration music. You can go on YouTube, they got everything there. Focus, you have meditation, they tell you how to breathe. Oxygen is life. If you are not breathing, hey Janet, oxygen is life, and if you are not breathing in and blowing out that funk, you are literally toxic. That toxicity stays in your body, and whatever it is out there they're putting on you is clinging to you. If you are a smoker, I advise you to stop. Any kind of respiratory activity that is literally inside of this space, stop smoking. Because if you are over the age of 60, you are the most vulnerable person on this planet, but you're also making other people vulnerable. You gotta be more proactive, not reactive. If you're an alcoholic, I advise you to stop. Your system is going to literally be more vulnerable right now. I'm telling you this because I was dying of a disease. Okay, I had fibroid tumors at one point, and I had just literally been stuck bleeding to death. I had 4 women that came and did energy work on me. I have never been to a doctor again. I don't take medication. I have not had any medication in my body since 2010. I could get the people on, they could tell you what they did to me, but I'm telling you, this is all it is. Eat your vegetables, and listen, if you don't know what prayer is for, it's sending positive energy. Tell your food is good for you. Tell your food is powerful. Tell the people around you, you are wonderful. You are outstanding. I appreciate you being here. Tell everything in your house you appreciate it protecting you, that it has protective energy. You tell the ground that you walk on, thank you for being there. Because when I tell you that this is a powerful space for you to be in right now, recharge your energy, but also recharge the earth. Send these people love and light. Send your enemies love and light, and uplift the planet, because we're in a space of darkness. And this darkness comes from everybody being mad at Trump, everybody being mad at the government, everybody being mad about what's happening. And at the end of the day, does it matter right now? Does that matter? Are you mad? So mad that you'd rather die? No, change your energy, lift your vibration, correct yourself. You don't have to go and tell anybody else what's wrong with you, but you go look in the mirror and start telling yourself, I feel good. I feel happy, and I'm so grateful for being here. I am happy because I got to sit up and watch Wanda Hollis talk to me online. I am so happy that Janet tuned in tonight. I'm glad that Kiba Richmond Green came on, because you know what? All of you are prospering, and I am loving being around all of your energy and bringing light. Hey, Fontaine, long time. I'm happy Fontaine joined us, uplifting the whole entire planet. I sit up every night and stretch my arms out like a star, and I see light leaving my body to send to all the people in the world, so that the love and the light can hit you and we get uplifted. And so when I say that, that is a form of meditation. I lay there for literally an hour doing this, because I want to see the energy of the world lift, because the negativity hurts. But it's not just hurting me, it's hurting you, it's hurting your children, it's hurting the planet, it's hurting everything. So we right now have to take hold of this and lift ourselves back up. I am abundantly blessed, and bless others. Yes, help others, love others, tell others. We are so excited about being here for you, with you, around you. If it's negative energy you got to cancel out, shut it down. If you got to cut it off, cut it off. There are a lot of energy canceling videos you can watch on YouTube. The whole universe of education is on YouTube. And that's another thing. If you're sitting at home all this time, watch YouTube. There's a university of 500 doctorates you can get right there watching YouTube. Learn how to do everything. Explore that. Spend that time with your kids and study with your kids. Teach them. Teach them. Get them off the video games. Video games are addictive. Get on the YouTube and study. You can learn how to do coding, you can do flower basket making, you can do hair weaving, you can do everything on there. Get on there and learn something. It's there because it's free for you to tube. So get on there and get some of that. I'm going to stop ranting. None of you guys are joining me. So I'm going to come back on here tomorrow. I'm going to be here every day. If you want to send me some love, I appreciate it. Send it to paypal.me/ ready for it? Power on. So paypal.me/ power on, or you can send it to paypal.me/ she's crowned royal, like Cairo Queen. Thank you for tuning in. Please share this, because we want to uplift everybody, and get on and start talking about uplifting other people. Love and light, peace and love, peace, justice, truth, and freedom to all of you. I'm out.